and I'm going to show you some different ways that we're talking about rounding. Okay, what we did here, they were just rounding based upon the tens. Now, if you caught what was taking place, that little tape measure, okay, 1 through 100, that was nothing more than a number line. So that's the key thing when it comes to rounding, is talking about a number line. So hopefully you'll be able to work with me and you can see what I'm about to do, because we're going to round a little bit. All right, we're going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. And this is what rounds 2 was doing in our story. What he was doing, he was taking numbers and finding out what two tens they were in between. So take a number like 57. Okay? So what he first had to do right now is find out between which two tens that he counted was the 57 in between. All right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay? This is where it would fall in between, somewhere in this area here. 57. Oh, nope. No, it won't. It'll be fitting in between. I said 67 in my mind. I got 67 on the brain. 57. That's a little bit better. I had it right here between the 60 and the 70. But it should be between 50 and 60. So the question you need to ask yourself, is the 57 closer to 50 or is it closer to 60? Okay? And here we can do a quick count. 57, 58, 59, 60. So it's 3 away from there. But if you count up, what comes after 50? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. There are way more tally marks there. So guess what? 57 is closer to 60. That's all he was really doing. Okay? And technically that's how the rounding is supposed to look. Is you're finding your nearest 10. All right, let's try another one. 82. 82 is here between 80 and 90. 82 and 90. Okay? So right now, is 82 closer to 80 or is it closer to 90? That's the question you're asking yourself. So if I go 80, 81, 82. That's only 2 away if you go backwards that way. On the other hand, what comes after 82? 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Oh, wow. That's going to be 8 away. So, of course, it's going to be closer to the what? 80. So that's what rounds 2 was doing. Okay? Is finding the closest number. And that's how easy rounding can be. Especially when we talk about it on our number line. All right? Now, here's where there was some problems. But it's not really a problem. So watch this. Let's see here. I do 45. So 45 is going to go here. Now, when the number is a 5, that's where it's going to fall into place right there. Okay? So watch the count right here. What comes after 40? 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. What comes after 45? 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. What do you notice? It's balanced out. 5 and 5. And that's what rounds 2 did in our story just then. So what he decided to do, he says, oh, since it's 5, okay, he's going to round up, okay? Or as I told you the other video, you're going to go up by 1. So don't go back. If you got 5, you're going to go up, okay? So what that's basically telling us is basically how we come up with some rounding rules, okay? So what we talked about before was, this is my favorite right here. If it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's going to stay the same. Okay? If it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's going to stay the same. And that's the number that's behind your underlying number. We're going to get to that in just a second. On the other hand, if it's a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's going to go up by 1. And we'll talk more in detail about that in just a moment. Now, one of my teacher friends showed me another way that I thought was very interesting too when we use our number line 2. Make sure I get it right. 0 to 4, same concept right here. Stay on the floor. Okay? 5 to 9, climb the vine. Now, of course, when you climb the vine, you're going to go up. So it's the same thing right here, however you want to say it. But I said, okay, that's neat. But I still am more partial to my Gubo, which means go up by 1. And my s simply means stay the same. Ms. Jones, you're saying the same thing? Yeah. Some people like climb the vine and hit the floor. Some people like Gubo. Some people like stay the same. Whichever you like to use, that is what I need you to use, and use to the best of your ability. Okay? But everything is based upon this number line here. Okay? And this is about 2nd and 3rd grade rounding right here. And I'm going to kick it up a notch in just a few moments. So that's what you're doing right here. But once again, why is it 5? Because 5 is right smack in the middle. All right. Now, the more traditional ways you do the round, if I got 45, I'm going to underline this here. And you look at the number behind it. Okay. And this is the number we're looking at. And most people circle it right here. The number that you underline, they're going to tell you what place to round to. They're going to tell you what place to actually round to. So if you look behind you, it's a 5. And that's why if it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it's end up being a 5. You're going to go up by 1. What's 1 more than 4? It'll be 5. And that's how we end up with 50. Questions or concerns with that? Questions or concerns with that? All right. So everything's based upon this thing called the number line. All right. Now, on the same token, we're going to flip it around just a little bit, and we're going to go here. 3,285. 3,285. Okay? And this time, I want to round to the hundreds place. So I simply underline my hundreds place. And what I like to do is I like to put 2 little bunny ears. Okay? And why 2 bunny ears? Because you're telling me what is going to be between. This first one again is going to be stay the same. The second one is going to go up by 1. So I'm asking myself, what's the same as 2? 2. You go up by 1. What's 1 more than 2? 3. Okay? How many places behind it? 1, 2. So what are you talking about, Mr. Jones? If I draw a number line, okay, instead of counting by tens, I'm going to count by 100s. 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. All right, we'll stop right there. So my question to you once again, since I am rounding to the hundreds place, that's why I have a number line talking about my hundreds. And the question is, hey, between what two numbers is the 285? The 285 is going to be between the 200 and the 300. And just like we did with our tens, it's the same thing with the hundreds. You can look at this here and say, is 285 closer to 200 or is it closer to 300? Okay? And of course, you got to look at the number behind the 2, which happens to be the 8. Okay? So you can either say 5 to 9, climb the vine, which means you're going to go to the higher number. 0 to 4, stay on the floor, which means you're going to pick the lower number. But of course, guess what? 8 is between 5 and 9. Over here, is it a 0? No. Is it a 1? No. Is it a 2? No. Is it a 3? No. Is it a 4? No. Is it a 5? Nope, not this time. Is it a 6? No. What's the number behind it? Is it a 7? No, it's an 8. So that means you're going to go up by 1. And guess what? It's closer to 300. That is rounding. Mr. Jones, you're just using a number line. I know. That's all rounding is. That's what circumference and rounds to said. That's what we're doing. Nothing hard, nothing hard. Now, I'm not done with this though. Why? Because there's a number in front. Even though I've rounded this to 300, there's a number in front. The number in front of the line, the place where they tell us to round to, is going to stay the same. So my actual final number would be 3,300. Questions or concerns with that? Questions or concerns with that? That's all we're doing. That's how easy rounding can be. Okay? It's based upon our number line. It's truly based upon the number line. Talking about our place value, you have to understand where the place value is going to be. And as you can see, I'm got the same, however you want to talk about it, it's the same way. All right, and I'm going to show you something weird too, okay? Because my other teacher friend showed me how to do it with the heel. A heel? What are you talking about, Mr. Jones? Same concept, but I'm going to have a horseshoe type thing, okay? I'll show you that in just a second. Let me go here. 75,291. And this time we're going to round to the thousands place. We're going to round to the thousands place this time. We're going to round to the thousands place. Can you do that, Mr. Jones? Yes, we can. Watch this. Rounding to our thousands place. Once again, I put two little lines up there. Call them bullhorns, antennas, whatever you want to call them. And with me, I put s, which means stay the same. What's the same as 5? 5. That's my first choice. Agubo. Go up by 1. What's one more than 5? 6. How many places behind it? 1, 2, 3. So technically, 5,291 is between 5,000 and 6,000. Mr. Jones, for real? Yeah, watch this. All right. We did a number line with our what? Tens. We did a line with our hundreds. And now we're going to do one with our thousands. 0. 1,000. 2,000. 3,000. 4,000. 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. All it says is in a number line. Even though round 2 only showed us and stopped at what? At the tens place. All we're doing is continuing his number line. I showed you the 10, showed you the 100, and now we're looking at our 1,000. So the question is 5,291, between which 2,000 that's going to fit in between? 1,000 and 2,000? No. 2,000, 3,000? No. 4,000, 5,000? No. 5,000, 6,000? Yes. And so you ask yourself, is 5,291 closer to 6,000 or closer to 5,000? So this is when we want to take a look at our number line. Okay, and I want to switch this up just a little bit, since we know that is between 5,000 and 6,000. All right, don't get all upset, but watch this. All I'm gonna do is do a little hill. Okay, and what did we say? We're going to be between what? 5,000 and 6,000. Now, what's halfway between 5,000 and 6,000? That's what's going to go here at the top of our mountain up here. Hopefully I'm doing this correct. Should be 5,500. Okay, I'm pausing just in case somebody's writing this down. Don't get upset. It's just a little curve right here. Just trying to see where we are. And these are called checkpoints right here. So if I'm starting at the bottom of the hill, 5,000, okay, that's the low one. And then my high one is 6,000. And about 5,500 should be about the middle. Okay? So where would we put, where are we going to put 5,291? 5,291 can't even go here. So it'll be somewhere in this area over here. 5,000, this is a guesstimation right now. 291. Okay? And all I'm showing you is with the number, the same thing as a number line. This is still a number line. I just put a little curve in it. Why? Because we identified the lowest, which is 5,000. We identified the highest, which is 6,000, but we put a number in the middle. So guess what this means? That this number over here is closer to this over here. But let's check it out. If I have 5,291, I got two choices. It's going to be 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3 places behind it. That's 5,000 or 6,000. I've talked about that. Here's your 5 here. We look behind here. There's a 2. We can use this way. 0 to 4, stay on the floor. That means it's going to stay the same. Or 5 to 9, climb the vine. Guess what? I'm crossing the 5 to 9 out. Why? Because that's here. Because we're not looking at the 9 or the 1 here. All of those two are both going to turn to zeros. So what we got there, and of course this 2 turns to a 0. Everything behind it becomes a 0. So that's 5 or 6. Guess what it's going to be? It's going to stay 5,000. But I'm not done, because I told you everything that's in front of that line, anything in front of that place where it tells you to round, that place value, it's going to stay the same. So we round it to 75,000. We round it to 75,000. Questions or concerns? Okay? Don't get upset because you see it like this in the mountain form or the hill form. That's nothing more than a, like I said, this little measuring tape is what? He just squished it up. and identify the middle to help some folks out. Because what I'm learning, you got to differentiate it. Oh, I said the word right tonight. To help some people out, and that's okay. All right, questions or concerns? I know I got a few people on with me tonight. If you got any questions, you can put that in the chat for me. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. All we're doing tonight, we're just simply talking about rounding. We just finished reading the story, Circumference and the Roundabout Battle. And we're just doing a little bit of rounding, taking it up to the next level. All right, here we go. Let me try this one right here. All right, 83,211. And I want to round to the tens place. Huh? Yeah. I need to show you something real quick. Now, once again, we'll do the same thing. I got 1. What's 1 more than 1? That's 2. Why? 1 is going to either stay the same or it's going to go up by 1. How many places behind it? 1. So your answer is either going to be 10 or 20. Going back to our 10 number line again. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. What does 11 fit in? Fit in between here. That's all we're doing. The thing that I need to show you, make sure you understand, everything in front of the line is going to, front of the line stays the same. So you can go ahead and bring your 8, your 3, and your 2 down. And because what's the number behind it that you're going to circle? It's a 1. Once again, 0 to 4, stay on the what? Floor. Or if it's a 4, you're going to stay the same. So that'll be 10. Final answer, 83,210. Hey folks, the number line works each and every time. Are you ready to go there with me? I think I'm ready. I'm going to shock some of you, but yeah, if you can do that, then guess what? Let's go here. Yeah, I went to the millions on you. Real quick, just in case you did not know how to read this, 381 million. 381 million. 263,921. Once again, how do I read this? 381 million. 263,921. All right? And I want to round to the millions place. What? Yes. I'm going to round to the millions place. All right? So let's do our place value chart. I'm going to just circle it. 1s, 10s, 100s. Okay? This is the ones period. 1s, 10s, 100s. All right? The next one would be thousands. Then I'm going to go 10,000s. Then I'm going to go 100,000s. Okay? And this is called the thousands period. So I got the ones period, my thousands period. Then I'm going to come here. This will be million, 10 million, 100 million. Okay? So this is just a simple strategy that you can use where it tells you what place to round to. And we're rounding to the what? The millions place. So I'm going to underline my millions place and I'm going to look behind. And what is that? There's a 2. Okay? So everything in front is going to stay the same. So I'll be right here, 1,263,000. 1,921. So what's going to happen? Since it's a 1, your choice is going to be a 1 or a 2. But the key thing is how many places behind it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and we're ready to do it real quick. Watch. Are you making a number line, Mr. Jones? Yeah, it's right here. 0. Need a little extra space, but this is simply going to be 1,000,000. A little extra space. Make sure I did that right. 1,000,000, 2,000,000, 3,000,000. That's what it looks like on the number line. So we got to figure out in between what two numbers does this fit in between. You got 1,000,000 and 2,000,000. So it's going to come right back here. So you just have to ask yourself which number is it closest to. Okay, and of course, since it's a 1 here, we look here at the 2. Our friend the 2 says 0 to 4. 2's in between 0 to 4 is going to stay on the floor. Okay, and I like this, which means stay the same. And we have a, what is that? Not a 4, but we got a 2. So it's going to stay the same. So the answer is going to be 1,000,000, but that's not our final answer. You got two numbers in front, so that would be 38. Okay, 1, so 381 million. Woo! The things we could do with this studio with 381 million. Woo! Yes, sir. Questions or concerns? Questions or concerns? Not doing anything new. This is a number line. Like I said, if you understand the number line, you understand it all. All right, I got another one in the millions. 356,981,642. 356 million. Okay? When you're reading your place value, please understand you have to say it in a group of threes. This first comma is a million. This second comma is the thousands. 356,981,642. All right, I'm going back again. Here we go. Label my place value. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions, 100 millions. If you want to write all the words out, that's fine too. Just doing a quick abbreviation because I'm not dealing with place value now. I'm just dealing with rounding so I know where the different places are. I'm going to round to the 10,000s place. The 10,000s place is here. So what does that mean, Mr. Jones? That means that everything else is going to stay the same. The 3, the 5, the 6, the comma, and the 9 are going to stay the same. All that's going to just come right down. Everything in front of the line is going to stay the same. What does that mean for us? We have the 81,642. Once again, you got two choices. It's either going to stay the same or go up by 1. What's 1 more than 8? 9. What's the same as 8? 8. You got two choices. Underline my 8. Look at the number behind it. It happens to be a 1. 0 to 4, stay on the floor because 1 is in between 0 to 4. And up here, it's going to be a 1. Boom. So that's going to be a 8. It's going to stay the same 8, 0, comma, 0, 0, 0. So what's my final answer? 3, 5, 6, comma, 9, 8, 0, comma, 0, 0, 0. Which ended up being, all of this stayed the same, 356,980,000. Because the 9 stayed the same, what changed was the 80. 356,980. That's it, folks. All right, you got time for one last one. This is the brain buster today, so this is the one that always gets me confused. So hopefully I don't mess up too bad on this one. But here we go. Okay, and it's easy to make a mistake on ones like this. Okay, and I'm going to go there, and I'm going to round to the millions place. So what is, once again, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, 10 millions. So the only thing that's going to stay the same, we'll just bring down our what? 8. But something weird is about to happen. Watch this real quick. Something weird is about to happen. So if I put my 9,536, 486, I'm still going to do stay the same is going to be a 9. What's one more than 9? 10. Gubo. Go up by 1. Look at the number behind it. It's a what? 5. Yeah, I went there. That's what we're doing. Relax. So what's taking place right here is, yes, this is going to push this up to a 10. Okay? This is weird now. Watch what's going to happen right here. So we know it's not a 9. It's going to have to be a 10 because it's a what? A 5. When we say 5, it goes up by 1. If we say 5 to 9, climb the mountain, which we're going to go to the higher one, which is 10. That don't make sense, I know, but watch what we're going to do. You put 10, comma, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. Now, here's where the tricky part comes in. You have a 1 right here. You have to add that to this one here. Huh? Because when you add that 1 plus 8, that's going to give us 9. Okay? So basically, if it's 10, you're going to carry your 10 over, and that's fine. But when you bring down your 8, which is in the same place, you have to add them up, which will give us 90 million. $90 million. Questions or concerns? We'll talk about